We are back again with another Petalmorphosis Plus series eyeshadow look. This feels real heavy compared to this one. I'm just like, oh, and we know the motherships are heavy. Petalmorphosis, today we're going to pair it with Notoriously Morbid Eternal Beauties. And so we're going to use the reds, the purples. Of course, we're going to use the green from this one. We're also going to use the gray from over here. So I will call out, well, can't really call out the names because these are hard to read. It's in cursive and very tiny, but that's what we're going to do today. So this one I may hold up, and you know what, I'll hold it. I'll hold those up. And for Petalmorphosis, I'll just say the name of the shade. And so we're going to prime the eye, come back, and jump right in. We are going to get started with Astral Sunset Splendor. And that's going to go in the inner portion of the eye. And it seems like I use this for this a lot. I realized early on, like, these are not suitable for me as toppers because they don't really show up or do much. But yeah, we have a lot more looks to do. And I'm wondering, like, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? But I am excited though, and I don't want to keep using the same shades. But there's 10 in here, so I'm trying to do things a little different. And with pairing, you know, the shades will maybe show up different next to different things. So now we're going to, still in Petalmorphosis, we're going to take Cosmic Fantasies, and we're going to put that here. And I kind of feel like I did this the other day. No, I don't think so. Now that I'm seeing it, I don't think so. I also put on my lips, as usual, the City Beauty Sangria Plumping Lip Oil for daytime. So we are overlapping to get that blend going. I do like how this shade looks. Yeah. Y'all know. You know. Let me know if you're enjoying this series. And I think this is only our 4th episode, I want to say. And I added 2 more pairings to the list to do, so this will probably be the rest of this month. Yeah, so now we're going to take, what I said I was going to take this shade from this palette. I'm sweating already, y'all. And we're going to put that, oh, okay. I forgot that this was a light shade, but I like how it is blending with Cosmic Fantasies. I'm going to overlap a little bit and get that blend. This is interesting. Okay, and it's definitely a different texture. You can see the texture difference between Cosmic Fantasies and the Eternal Beauties shade. Interesting. Interesting. It's 73 in my apartment, but y'all, sitting in front of these lights. This is my 2nd video today. And I probably should open my balcony door because it is cool outside. I closed the door and I closed my window in my bedroom. I turned the fans off because it was cold. It was cold in here. But sitting in front of these lights, y'all, I get hot, and not in a sexy way. Let me see. Am I going to do my intro, or are we just going to keep rolling? I'm looking at the space between the shadow and my brow. They're somewhat the same. Yeah, I guess. If you hear a slight hum, I have my fan on over here. Now we're going to take, let me pull out another hourglass number. Let me see, what we're going to do. I want to be a little funky. We're going to take Nocturnal Bloom, which is that green. And I do remember that some of these shadows don't play well with other stuff. And Janessa had said is maybe, actually, they didn't even play well with, I forget what it was we were using. And she said it may be the formula difference. It had to have been, oh, you know, it was one of the pairings we did with Subversive. And I'm like, usually brands play well with itself. And she had said maybe the formula difference is why it didn't. So that was really curious to me. This shade usually doesn't want to blend. Nocturnal Bloom. So what we're going to do, y'all, this it is not wanting to blend, like, at all, period. That might be a testament to the eyeshadow primer and the Groundwork paint pot that I use. I feel sweat forming, and I don't always want to tap it because it might pull off foundation. Yeah, so I'm using the top of the brush, this part, I'm sorry to poke you in the eye, trying to blend, and this green doesn't want to blend. Let me know if you have this palette, if you have trouble blending this green. It looks like it's trying to. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking some more of that purple and trying to use that to blend it, because this looks like it's trying to over here, but when I look this way, I can see that line. I can see this line, but when I turn, it looks okay. But I want it to look blended from both angles. So we're gonna, y'all, gonna take that purple, and we're gonna overlap. We're gonna feather it on the line of where they meet. It looks a little better. Excuse me. Yeah, I was really thinking, like, are we gonna make it with all the pairings? I'm trying to do different looks. The way this blends in with Cosmic Fantasies, that does look like one reddish purplish shade on the lid, which, you know, it's okay with me. So we're actually covering up most of the green, trying to blend it. So let's go back and do the same thing on this side. I thought to just put this lower lash line, but for some reason I think I did that before. And there it is, not wanting to blend again over this green. I'm gonna take that purple, we're not tapping off, we're gonna put that on the top edge of the green. Y'all, this is a challenge. That green does not wanna, I feel sweat pulling up on my face. We're going to go back to Eternal Beauties, and we're going to take this shade right here, and that's going to go on our outer corner. Why am I, and my thermostat says it's 73, so it's like, why? I don't know. So we're going to put that out here. Oh man, y'all see that fall out them chunks? Oh man. Let me be gentle. Let me see if that'll just dust off, unless it's wet. Oh, okay, it did. It just brushed right off. This in here is glistening. I know you can see that. And I don't want to touch it because it'll just probably lift my foundation. So we're going to, oh Lord, I did too much. Did too much. We'll straighten this line down here with eyeliner or something, or I'll just bring it down. Yeah, so this is what this is going to be, and we're bringing it up over the purple. You know, that looks pretty nice. We didn't put more shadow on the brush because that was a lot. Right now I'm looking at the shapes, like where this line is. Let me know if you guys are watching the show and trial. Sometimes I watch I think it's called Law and Crime Network. So I did watch some today, and then I put on Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, because that's my wind down video. Whenever something is, I'm just like, oh, good grief. So whenever I need a break, a mental break, I watch his video, because usually maybe because I watch it so much, but it always seems to pop up like underneath whatever video I'm watching. And I think it is because I watch it so much. And so I was playing that as I did my base face. And I like how this comes out, but then this side does not. I don't want to put more. I started to tap in, but I did not. I'm going to tap in just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. And we're going to put that here. I don't know why it's so hot in here. Well, why I feel hot, because the temperature in here is not hot. These lights, y'all. Whew. I love the shape on that one. I think we're going to tap back in very lightly. Oh, good grief. And so let me know if you're keeping up with some of that. I don't watch every episode because... and I don't watch the newstainment channels or people just saying stuff, or, you know, and that is an actual news channel. I'll call it a sidebar news channel. So what they do cover is news and crime. So they're not newstainment. And that's one reason I like it, because just give me what happened. Don't give me a bunch of fluff and a bunch of dramatization. So we're going to just leave this like this. Yes, the shapes are different. Yes, they are. If I could get, I tapped in again really lightly. I always do like this side. Usually I always like this side. But I think we're going to stop right here. I want to pat my face. Y'all, the bead of sweat. It's going to pull off my, yep. It pulled off foundation right there. Damn, I'm like sweaty. Our transition type area, another E45 brush, and we're going to take Lunar Nectar, because it seems to be either that one or Twilight Lilac that I tend to go for up here, because there aren't many options in this palette. This does go nice with this look though. Yeah, this is nice. Somebody did comment that this would be a companion palette for them, and I definitely see that, but there are some people who are loving it on its own. But it depends on your preference, your style, what types of looks that you like. You know what I mean? If you just like ethereal looks, then yeah, this can be a standalone palette. But my thought is, for the price, even on sale, that's still a lot of money just for a companion palette. You know what I mean? And so that looks nice. That looks really nice. All right, so under our brow, we're going to take this shade from Eternal Beauties. So we used 4 shades from Petal. No. 4 shades from Petal, and we used 4 from, okay, so we're even. I do like to keep it even when I am pairing palettes. So we use 4 from Eternal Beauties, 4 shades from each palette. Oh, we still gotta do lower lash line. I'm thinking, I just love that little strip of light. I just love that. What are we gonna do for lower lash line? The idea that I had the other day that I did run past my partners in crime as I was reading over like what I wrote and the feelings I had when I was writing what I wrote, I don't think I'm gonna do that idea. My thought may change again, but ooh, that was a lot. That was bright. Ooh, but you know what? I like it. Dare I say, this is brighter than where the Skin Show shade usually is. The one in Petalmorphosis is called Divine Dawn. Ooh, this is brighter than that one, I dare say. Look at, that's the statement. This is the statement highlight right here. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, let me tone it down. But I'm going to leave it. Like, this is like, what? What? Oh, you ain't saying nothing? Okay, carry on, soldier. Okay. All right, lower lash line. I'm looking at both of these palettes. We're going to take, I think we used Iridescent Iris the other day for lower lash line. I don't want to, We're going to take Astral Eden Envy. We used that before too. Actually, we use all of these in pairings. We're going to put that on the first half of the lower lash line. And we're going to take a gray. I think, yeah, shimmer gray for the second half of the lower lash line. So this is Astral Eden Envy. Yeah, so this look is going pretty quick. Do I want to put something after this? Or do I just want this to be its own video? I think we'll add something to it. Y'all, I don't have any, I have like one video in the bank. And y'all know sometimes I'm already scheduled out like 2 or 3 weeks. And this time I'm not. And so I feel like, okay, what else can I do in between these looks? And so I did a video earlier. And I'm doing one after this that's not a look. That's pretty. That would look nice all the way across, and I think it's because of this that's underneath. And what's underneath is Max Pool Shark, this color. And we have Max Weight List. What is it called? Stay the Weight List on our inner realms. I like how this looks though, and so I think I'm going to take that all the way over. All right, so I'm gonna put the other brush away. We're not gonna put a gray, a shimmer gray, which part of me still kind of wants to. Maybe I will. We'll see when we get there. But I like how this looks over that green pencil. That's nice. It does give some depth to this color, this shadow. I like this. I like that. I like it a lot. I think I do want to put some gray just on the outer corner. So let me take that brush again. I do have 4 of these, and this is the shade that we're going to use. So not a dark shade. Well, you know what? Yeah, we're going to take this shade. This one here. It's a darker gray. This one is Lady something. I don't know what that second word says. And we're just going to put this right here, and that's it. So this is going to tie in with the outer corner color, and we are bringing it over here. It feels like I'm bringing it straight, but then when I look, it's a swoosh. Oh, child. So we're bringing it here. It looks straight. This side looks straight. So why did this side end up a swoosh? I have that little tool that Janessa sent me for eyeliner, but I'm going to use that in our next live stream, our joint live stream. But since it would say, I stopped sweating, which is good. Since would say just go ahead and use it now, or just like practice with it, but I'm not. So we're going to do that live. So we're closing up the palettes. Upper lash line, I'm trying to think of what color I want to put. So we're going to pick one. I'm saying that like we're in a live stream, because I do be asking members what color should I put for upper lash line. We ain't in a live stream. Yeah, I don't want to use black. I was thinking if I want to use black again, which I seldom use black for upper lash line. So these are our choices. This is the Lethal Waterliner bundle, and the black one is in here because there's not another empty space. I'm thinking this up here, which actually shows up red. It doesn't show up brown. Part of me is like the orange, because that'll show up. I do want to use this one, but it's going to show up red. Yeah, we'll use that one. So this is, did I say this one? Yeah, that one is Retro Rave. That's what this duo is called. And we're going to use this one that looks brown, but trust me, it's not going to be brown. So we're going to edit that out. We're going to edit out putting this on. I don't know what we're going to do for lips. I might just leave gloss for the lips. I have this that I haven't used in a while, but that's kind of... We're going to put this on the lips. This is City Beauty, and this shade is Orchid, and it's described as cool tone, subtle purple shimmer. Can you see the color? There we go. There's the color. So we're going to put that on. So when we come back, y'all, everything will be done. We are just putting, well, we did just put this gloss on top of the City Beauty lip oil. I like this with the look. I do. So this is our finished look, y'all. Let's do pictures, because we are going to do another video right after this one. And yeah, we're good for time. So let's do this. So this is that brown liner. And here is showing up red. And out here, to me, is showing up like a deep burgundy, brownish type shade. But let's do our pictures. I feel like one eye is looking big again. It looks less when I smile, but then my wrinkles pop out. All right, so hang tight. You will see another pairing right about now. Thank you for continuing to hang out with me. We are still in this series. Today was a day. I finished the 5th season of Handmaid's Tale. And y'all, the last 4 episodes, I was crying. I was crying like a baby. It is such a tearjerker. What we're using today, y'all already know we're using Petalmorphosis. Yeah, and we're going to pair that with Natasha Denona's Xenon palette. So y'all know we're going to get the smoke from Xenon. Maybe we'll use that dark brown. This one, like right here where my nose is. Yeah. Or these black, the blue black, excuse me for all the glares, the blue blacks. But we'll see. I don't have a plan. I do not have a plan. I have out the brushes that I washed yesterday, so I hope they're going to be the ones that I need. I will just call out the colors when we use them. Right now, we are going to prime the eye, and then we will jump into these palettes. I'm going to start with Neve from Zendo palette, and this is a very light shade because I feel like I keep putting the same two, or four, I should say, the same four Petalmorphosis shades on my inner corner, the four being where the celestial shades used to be. And so I do want to, oh, this is nice. This showed up nice. So I do want to do something different. And I am really trying to do different looks and not put the same shades in the same place, even though with whatever palette we're pairing it with, those shades are different. So when I first started this series, when I first thought about it, what I did is I made a list of like my darker palettes, or palettes that had dark shades in it, because y'all know Petalmorphosis is a light palette. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to pair it with something that's light, or one of my Notoriously Morbid shades that's just dual chromes and multi-chromes, and they're on the lighter side. So I really was like, okay, what do I have here? I have a little bit of fallout. That's what I have here. And so, oh, that just smeared. Well, we're going to keep on going. Now we are going to go into, oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. We're going to go into, every time I look at Petalmorphosis, y'all, I'm just like, what the heck am I going to do? I just realized I didn't do the intro. We're going to take, ooh, okay, we're going to do that. Astral Eden Envy. I'm going to do my intro. I did not do it earlier, and I was going to curse, and that's at the end of my intro. So, hello again and welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me again today and for this second part of the video. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. Be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you don't do this, don't do that. You should do this, you should do that. I'm here to tell you, just be who you are. It's very freeing just being yourself. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique, because that's what they're telling you in the video. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. This blend is nice. This is a nice blend. With the darker green in here, I do always, well, usually always have trouble blending it in with another shade, but this is nice. The bottom line here, I don't know about anywhere else, excuse me, but the bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Wearing what you want to and just rocking it, and loving yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here, and that's what the Crazy Troll Nation's motto is. Be yourself, wear what you want, and rock it. Period. With a T. And so I hope that resonates with you. 2 things to know about me if you are new here, or if the video you saw I didn't do my intro. The first thing is I curse, because I curse. We're going to take, this is from Retro Glam. I have 4 Retro Glam shades in my Natasha palette, and we were going to take what I thought was Rhyme, which is a metallic white, but actually is Oz from Retro Glam. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with the Xenon colors. And so, dang, unusual color combination. No, we're going to take Ebb. We're going to take Ebb. Ooh, this is going to start us down a dark path. Alrighty. Ooh, that looks nice. The second thing about me is there's an organism that looks nice. Lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say excuse me, but sometimes a couple of them will get past me. These are blending really well without me even blending. I am just tapping this shadow on, as you see. As you see. And look, oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Good choice, Dion. Go, girl. Yeah, so those are the things to know about me. I did have a salad for dinner. Y'all, I don't want to talk about it too much because it can be triggering. The movie, the series on Hulu, The Handmaid's Tale, I think I talked about it in a video or something. The first season, I will say, was the hardest because, of course, the first season of any show, you know, it shows you how you got to where you are. So it was very difficult to watch, very emotional, very triggering. And I like how at the end of the episodes, they have a blurb. You know, this movie did contain, you know, SA, emotional abuse, other stuff. So here's a number if you need support. And I appreciate they do that because, yeah, so the first season was the hardest for me emotionally. But now season 5 and 6 just came out recently, where I just noticed they had just came out. And so yesterday and today, now this fallout is just brushing right off. The fallout from Ebb is brushing right off. The fallout from when was that? Oh, that was Neve from Zendo. That one didn't brush right off. Yeah, but it's a tearjerker, and I kept trying to fight it, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me just, like, I couldn't fight it anymore. And the first season was like, the fuck, like, hell no. And so it was oscillating. Well, I was oscillating between being pissed off and angry and being sad. And I'm like, how do you process those feelings at the same time? Cry. But the seasons got easier because once they laid the groundwork, like, we knew what it was, and, you know, when they started rebelling and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, but season 5, y'all, had me in tears. The last 4 episodes, this is the E45 from Sephora. Oh, Lord, Sigma, girl. I don't want to take Nocturnal Bloom because that's the one that don't want to blend. So right now we have Xenon, Petalmorphosis, Xenon. So we need to take a Petalmorphosis shade. Part of me is thinking just take Cosmic Fantasies, which is one of my favorite shades in here because it shows up nice. And so does this one. That's the one we have on the center of our lid. Is that the one? But I feel like I use this a lot. I do want to put this, but y'all, if this don't blend out, or should I pack it first and then try to blend it? Y'all, this shade, and it goes on nice. Like, you see, I'm just pressing. You see, I'm just pressing, and it's like, hey, I'm here, and I'm like, yeah, I see you, thank you. And we're tapping above where we put Ebb. So that's going to okay, this is blended. We're going to put a little bit more because there's a gap down here, and I could probably just take a smaller brush to do that, and maybe I will. Not sure yet. So I don't want to press my luck with this shade. And so, y'all, tear jerker. If you've watched any of the Handmaid's Tales, is it on this side or the other side? I'm on both sides, okay. If you watch any of the seasons, you know, let me know. And has it been a tearjerker for you too? And sometimes it's a good tearjerk, and then sometimes it's like, it's just emotional. You know, families being separated and then they find each other and it's just like, oh. You know what I mean? And so I think the shapes are almost the same. So we're not going to mess with the outer corner shapes. I say as I plot to round this off down at the bottom. Yeah, we're going to leave this like this. Y'all, this shade. What? I'm glad I did use it today. Whatever's on the tip of the brush, which I swiped the shadow sideways. We're going to just drag it over. For once, maybe twice, I didn't have trouble blending that shadow. That is bizarre. Because I did not want to use it because I've been having problems with it. Looks a little patchy though. I'm just going to take a little bit and just, that's it. That's it. That's it. If you do have this palette, let me know. Did I already ask y'all that? Y'all, I be forgetting stuff. Y'all, I don't know what. Today is the day that my House Labs swatch party was. Because the sale is actually the day, well, I don't know if I'll post this on the 15th because I have a live tonight. I'm still holding this brush and ain't even use it. Do I want to wing it? No. No. Let's be happy with how Nocturnal Bloom did his thing. I always take the same 2 shades for this area. which is what people would probably use for transition, which is Twilight Lilac and Lunar Nectar. But right now, I'm looking at how this is or is not blended, and I think that top line does look good, and actually it looks okay, I think, to leave it like it is. Excuse me. So we're gonna put that brush away. We're gonna take that brush again that had bloom, Nocturnal Bloom on it. Which one? This one had Nocturnal Bloom on it. And we're just gonna feather some more up here. Not adding anything on the brush, but whatever is left in there. Yeah, you know what, y'all? We're gonna leave. Oh, that's nice. We're gonna leave this like this. Yeah, my House Labs bronzer, blush, highlighter, swatch video. I realized I was saying the same thing like 4 times. Medium level 7 and hibiscus haze and golden pyrite were the first ones I had for a long time. I think I said that like 5 times in that video, and I'm watching it like, am I Rain Man? Like, what? Why am I just saying the same thing over and over? And I don't know why. And I want to say it was just my excitement because I do really love those products. And I do hope that video was helpful if you were contemplating getting something or just taking advantage of the 20% off sale to get some of her stuff. So I wanted you to see what they look like on me and that they all work. The only one I didn't like was Dragon Fruit Days, or was it Dragon Fruit Haze? That one was more pinky. It was like lavender blonde, but it was more pink, and it was more cool tone. It was too cool toned for my liking. So we're gonna put that away. We are still gonna just put something right up under the brow. Part of me is just like, leave it. So we have 2 shades from each palette. Do we wanna, is Contrail? No, that's from Retro Glam. I think we want to just leave this like this. There's a metallic white. Let's take Astro Iridescent Iris. And I did use this before for under the brow. And this is all we're going to do with this. I just realized I didn't do my inner rims or lower lash line. Do we want to do that here or not? Depends on how fast I go. Because the first clip edited was like 25 minutes, I think. And it seems like sometimes my videos be like 45, 50 minutes just for one look. But because that one was that length, we're adding this one. So I don't want to make it too long. But you know what? I am going to do inner rims and lower lash line here with you, because we need to pick out shades for our lower lash line. And if I'm going to use one color or 2, I'm looking at Xenon, of course. I do like how this looks. And it has that dual chrome effect to it. Yeah, let me put that brush down now. I'm just randomly choosing 2 things from MAC. This one is Stay the Night, that's that color. This one is Stage 5 Clinger, which they don't make anymore. We're going to put this one on our inner rims. I actually do like this look. I was reading Nacho's comment today, and she said she really likes this palette, but she looks at it and don't know what to do with it. And I commented something back like, that's why I'm doing this series, because when I look at Petalmorphosis, I'm just like, what? And the looks are pretty, and I have seen a lot of people, actually most people I've seen when it first came out, they were just using it by itself, but I find it limiting, and it's a preference thing because I like darker looks. I like darker shadows, and the 4 where the celestial shades used to be, like, they're all, you know, light, except this shade, that's a nice one, Astral Eden Envy, but the other 3 are light. And then, you know, this one we put for Brow Bone and Divine Dawn, so everything is just really light. And so it's been a struggle for me. So I wanted to show something different as usual, give you some ideas, and I'm trying to get us back to eyeshadow looks being about the colors and not the brand name or the actual palette, which goes back to the intro, because where would you want to rock it? I'm starting to sweat a little bit. It's like 66 outside, and my thermostat says, yo, I was going to say this was it for this liner. But it's not. It's almost gone, though. And I do like this shade. They don't make it anymore. I know I said that. I've been saying the same thing over and over. But do let me know if you did watch The Handmaid's Tale. So my thermostat says it's 73 in here. And it is humid outside, but in my living room it's really cool because the balcony door is open and I have a fan that sits near the corner of the balcony door and it's tilted upward and away from the balcony. So as the air comes in, the fan just takes it, you know, into the room. And so like sometimes I'm in here and I'm like, dang, it's cold. I'm like, let me at least just turn the fan off. And so it is, forgive me if you couldn't see me. So it is cool in here, but these lights though, man, I'll be sweating. I like this like this. What shade do I want to put under here? I think I'm gonna put Cosmic Fantasies under here. Do I want to, ooh, we're gonna put Snowbow on the first half of lower lash line. It's a shimmer pink, that's this shade. Snowbow, that shade. The red above it is from Xenon, so we're not using that one. And then we're going to put Cosmic Fantasies on the outer half of the lower lash line. Okay, so I thought, what is this described as? Snowbow is described as crystal sparkling pink with multicolored specks. Okay, I see the specks. I mean, it's looking more shiny than anything. I think it's just where we're putting it. I wonder how this would look over a black base. All the times I say that, y'all, I wonder what such and such would look like over a black base. I seldom even do it, and I think it's because I have out a plan already for what looks I'm going to do. So I would need to like fill it in on my calendar to like make sure I actually do it. Cause y'all, I'd be forgetting stuff. Y'all, I'd be tripping. Today is May 15th, 14th. Yeah, today is May 15th. Today is May 15th. My niece's birthday is March 14th. Why come yesterday, May 14th, I text her happy birthday and sent the cake emoji, you know, like a party favor emoji. And what was weird about it, now that I look back, is the text before that was me sending her happy birthday, niece, love you, auntie, with emojis. And I did see that it said March 14th, but still I was thinking like, I was sleep deprived. I was tripping. I was thinking, dang, we ain't text each other in a year. And so she texted me back and she put, who, me? And then I'm like, damn, it's May, not March. And I'm like, you know, I said I'm sleep deprived, and I put like the googly eye emoji. And she's like, why are you sleep deprived, auntie? What's happening? And I'm like, just being nocturnal, and you know. But y'all, I'm like, and to see the text from March, now we're going to take Cosmic Fantasies. And I'm just like, still thinking it was March. Maybe I was thinking just the MA part. I really don't know. I just know I was thinking it was her birthday. And I made it a point. I'm like, oh shoot, let me make sure I text her. And so I texted her this morning before I went to sleep because I don't know if her phone is on silent or not. Everything on my phone is on silent except phone calls. And so I tell people, text me whenever, and when I get up and check it, or during one of my wake ups, I'll check it. But it was maybe like 9 this morning when I texted. I was like, yeah, I didn't go to sleep till almost, geez. Actually, I didn't fall asleep till like after 11 a.m. And then 1 o'clock, I started hearing them out there cutting grass. Now, this is the weird thing, right? There's 6 units in each building. And where I am, next to me, there's just an open grass area, and then there's the tennis court. So to cut grass over here, it's a little patch in the front, and then, you know, you go over on the side. In the building next to me, a little patch in the front. Why was this man out here lawn mowing, and it was a riding mower, until like 6 o'clock? So from like 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., he was cutting grass. I'm like, you in the same friggin' spot. Like, I don't know if he was just trying to get over on the clock or what, but I'm just like, why? Why? I had a house guest at like 5 o'clock, and he was like, oh yeah, I heard him out there cutting grass. I said, he started cutting grass at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And he was like, but it ain't that much grass right here. I said, I know. And then on the side of the building, it's the grassy area that goes like straight back behind the building next to me on the opposite side of the tennis court. But I'm like, there's no reason for him to have been right here all this time for 4 hours. 1 to 5, yeah, 4 hours. Well, till 6 he stopped. 5 hours cutting that damn grass. I'm like, part of me is just saying do a black from my upper lash line. And part of me is saying just leave it. You know what? I'm going to be simple today. And also that'll cut down on time too. So we're not going to do blasphemous, I know. We're not going to do anything to our upper lash line. But I'm just like, why is he out here still cutting grass? It ain't even that much damn grass over here. Like, it's really not. It's the little patch. What am I looking for? Mascara. Because there's, and then I'm on the end too. So it cuts off because there's the tennis court. So there's like 3 parking spots, and then there's a walkway, like a sidewalk walkway, and then it's the patch of grass, and then it's another sidewalk walkway for the other stairs to come up, and then that's it. So that little patch of grass, and that's where I park at. That's a handicap parking spot. There's one next to it, but that's the one that's in the middle, and there's one for like vans, not vans, wheelchair accessible. So it's one of those wide spots, and so the patch of grass is only as wide as the parking spot, and you've been out there cutting that for 5 hours. 5 freaking hours. And so my sleep was not a solid sleep because I had my bedroom window open, and so, you know, I fell asleep around 11:30, something to 12, and then 1 o'clock is when he started cutting grass. And in the evenings when I'm sleeping, if my window's open, you know, kids, management does send out a letter at least twice a year saying that our parking lots are not playground area, because people be out there with their kids riding their scooters, riding their bikes, and then people trying to get by in their cars, and, you know, they sitting there waiting for you to get your kid out the parking lot, or they'll have their kids in the tennis court, which is next to my building. They be in there riding their scooters and making noise and yelling and laughing and playing. And so when my bedroom window's open, I hear everything. Oh my gosh. If the road is wet or if it's raining, there is a tree line. I think I mentioned this earlier in this video or another one. There's a tree line between here and the main road. But when the roads are wet, I can hear when traffic goes by. Usually I don't hear traffic going by unless it's a truck, because they're heavier, and so they're kind of like bang, bang, bang. But when it's wet out or raining or it has rained, I can hear all the cars going by, because you hear that shh, shh, you know, from the tires going through the water. But yeah, so I didn't get much sleep today, but I did rest today, and my rest was catching up or finishing season 5. Maybe I'll start season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale tomorrow. Y'all, I love this mascara. Look at it, my lashes. These lashes are shorter, but going like this, like, even look at the bottom lashes. So look at the bottom lashes over here and here, and look at the top lashes up here. Y'all, I love this mascara. This is XII. One came as a bundle with Balance and Intensity, those 2 palettes. And I liked it so much that I went back and bought their mascara bundle. It was 2 for like the price of 1. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I want to do something different with the lip today, but I'm not sure, because I also did a swatch party of all my lippies that did not air yet. I don't think by the time you see this video. I did get rid of a few lippies, and some I want to see if I'm going to continue using them as... Ain't no way with this look. Let's see if I'm going to continue using them as ombre lips. And one thing I did try when I swatched them, because I used these 2 for an ombre lip, but then I had put Nima Tang's chocolate chip lip liner with this one. So we're going to do that today just to see what this looks like. This is not that. This is something else. Nima Tang lip liner. This ain't it. Where's Nima girl? Okay, here she is. And we're going to line and fill in And then put this lippy on and see what that looks like. If I didn't have all but one of the House Luvs blushes, I would get more. Because I did get them when they were on sale at Sephora. I forgot that I even had subscribed to House Luvs newsletter, I think they call it. Or to be notified about stuff. But I have them all. Except one. And I got 4 bronzers, 4 highlighters. 7 blushes. Yeah, now I am content. I did use Blush Star blush from Sigma that Bestie sent me. I did use that today with the House Luvs bronzer and the House Luvs highlighter. And this looks good. You can tell me I don't look good. I'm not gonna believe you, but you can tell me. Speaking of telling, I don't know if I told y'all. The thing with the makeup chick, that is no more. That has been put to rest, and I feel very relieved. And it's like, you know, you send somebody a message, their response is very telling as well. And so I'm like, yeah, I made the right decision. And I kind of knew what the response was going to be based on just other stuff and other conversations with them and how they think. And I think people forget, actually I know that people forget, but I have a doctorate degree in psychology. I read people very well. I don't know if it's because of that or just me. Because I do think our career finds us. So I don't want to say necessarily it's because of that, but I do read people well. And certain things I picked up over the years, because we've known each other like 7 years, at least 7 years. And so just knowing how she rolled, you know, her responses are what I expected. And it made it easier to be like, yep. But I was just like, okay. So we're going to put this on. This is, oh, this would look nice with Maleficent on top. Here I go wanting to make those weird noises again. I may go back and add more of the lip liner. Because if I put this all over, which is what I'm doing because I made the line crooked, it's going to look like concealer lips. And I did get this specifically to do ombre lip look. So you're going to see what it looks like with the lip liner. Ah, too much on that side. Excuse me, I do like this, but not for this eye look. Look at me trying to coordinate. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of what I want for a snack. I had CVS. We're going to go back with the lip liner. I went to CVS because I had 2. I thought one was 40% off and one was $4 off. But it turned out they were both $4 off. And they had like 5 of the big snack size bag of Skittles. And they were not on sale. They were like 6 something. But I'm like, you know what? With that $4 off, they were $2.69. And usually you pay that just for like the regular bag. But then I thought, you know what? I have 1 bottle of Mountain Dew left. 1 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew left. So let me see. The bottles were 2 for $5. And I'm like, oh, hell no. They had 1 liters that were $2.29. Why were they all dated, like the Best Buy date, May 5th, 2025? Today is the 14th. So I went up front and I said, I was going to get a liter of Mountain Dew. I do like this lip, y'all. I said, I want to get Mountain Dew, but the date says March 5th and today is the 15th. And she's like, oh, I'll just ask the one in the back. Like, she was unbothered. And I'm like, she's going to leave them there. Because that happened to me before. They didn't leave them, though. I think I was at Giant, and it was a certain salads that were on sale, but they were dated for like 2 days prior. And y'all know salads get wilty and all of that. And so I went to customer service, that's not told. And she's like, oh my gosh. She said, okay, thank you for telling me. And she got on the phone and was like, so-and-so, can you go check the salads? You know, some of them are past the date. That was Giant Supermarket. CVS don't care. And I think a lot of people don't look at the dates. I do, because my system is weird as hell. But anyway, I do. My hip just popped. That hurts when that does that. I like this lip. So I'm glad that I tried it. I think we're going back to like the 80s, was it? When it was the dark lip line and the pale lip. This is a nice goth lip. But then that's going to make, we're going to wipe some off. The matte lipstick not be matte. This is a lip gloss from MAC. This is Maleficent. Oh, this is nice. I done found a new combo, y'all. I found a new combo. And because the lip gloss is kind of, it's not super sticky. I hated them back in the day because they were super sticky. But this one isn't super sticky. You know what this looks like? This looks like, oh, here I go. This looks like mulled wine. So you know what I'm doing? I'm going to swatch it and see. Dang, all the ones. No, this doesn't look like that. Does it? Let me see. Because if it does, I don't need to do all of this. Uh-oh. Does that look like, y'all? No, because this is more brown. Because y'all know I don't like dupes in my collection. On my lips is more brown. I like this lip. I done found a new combination. Wipe that off before I forget. So thank you for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. Let me know if you watched The Handmaid's Tale. Let me know about what you think of lawn mowing and a riding mower for 5 hours in a little area of grass. And let me know if y'all check expiration dates on sodas before you buy them, because I don't think many people do. Yeah. So we're gonna go click on something else to watch or come back later. I always have a lot of content for y'all to watch. I appreciate you being here, and you will see me soon.